Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This is on episode 13 of Nagato Yuki-chan no Shoushitsu. And this episode, man, this was pretty depressing of an episode to be perfectly honest. Like, I really felt the feels in this episode. It was pretty dang sad. Pretty much this is leaving off in the last episode, Yuki is starting to feel, she's scared. She doesn't want to disappear, but she knows that she's going to because all the memories are starting to come back and everything, and she's starting to become, you know, the old Yuki again. And throughout this episode, I mean, you see how like sad she is and how things are starting to change, and you can see she's starting to change back. They went to a book fair and everything, and then she realized that she was in love with Kion, and of course that's because the other Yuki is starting to, you know, everything's starting to go back to how the other Yuki felt like. Um, Ryoko does state there's something like it's not that she feels that she's turning back to the old Yuki, but it's that she's starting to um, be like the old Yuki because she's hanging out with Kyon and Ryoko. And that was a pretty interesting thing. Like you could say it like that. It's not really that she's turning back to the old Yuki. It's just that this Yuki is starting to change because of her hanging out with them. But it's definitely more. She's starting to go back to the old Yuki. The ending was really sad when she finally does end up confessing. I didn't expect that her say like, "I like you, I love you," and all that. It was like wow. And then Keon goes rushing over, and he knew this was gonna happen, and he's like beating himself up over it, like not realizing that this was happening because she barely. It's harder to keep a conversation. He says with her, so he didn't really notice, but now he was noticing, and he rushed all the way to her. But by the time he got there, she was sleeping already, and he grabbed the book, and like the moment when she was crying and everything before he got there, because she was about to go to sleep and the old Yugi back, I was just like, oh my gosh, man, it really hit me in the feels. It was really emotional. And then of course, he wakes her up, and it's the old Yuki, and man, like when they started this, this arc of everything, I was excited, of course, because I thought the Yuki from the other Haruhi series was there. But it turned out it was more of like an amnesia kind of thing, and this is a different Yuki in a way. She lost all her memories. And then I was like, oh, it's still pretty interesting, but it's gotten really interesting, really good. I really enjoyed this arc of the season, and just with seeing how this, the new Yuki was and everything, and seeing how she got scared, she was getting scared, and seeing everything happen, and then this final episode was just the nail in the coffin. It was so depressing, so sad that like that is scary. Like you think, oh well, now she's just a regular Yuki. That was just like another. That you can literally say that was another person, really. To be honest, and she disappeared, and the confession just made it worse. And you can see that it hit Kyon really hard, and I would feel the same way. Just oh, poor Yuki, poor Kyon. Like seriously, man, really. Like honestly, I really like this episode. It was really good. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about the episode. The next episode, it looked like in the preview they had something with Haruhi when she was little, so I might have some more Haruhi because like this whole arc is actually like just been straight up Yuki, Ryoko, and Kyon. Um, Mikiru, Tsuruya, and the rest of them, Haruhi, has not been in these episodes. So I guess now we're gonna get the whole group back in. There is 16 episodes in the season, so there's enough for like another arc, 3 episodes. So I wonder what's gonna happen in the last arc of this season. But man, the confession finally comes out. Of course, it is not the Yuki that the real Yuki. It was the other Yuki. They're both real, but you know what I mean. The old Yuki. It's not the old Yuki. It was the new Yuki that did it, and that Yuki is gone now. So we're gonna have to wait for another confession if it's gonna happen. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And seriously, really good episode, guys. And I can't wait to see what what the 3 last episodes have in store for us. So, until next time, guys. See ya.